Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Happy Friday. How are you doing? How is everything unfolding for you? This is week 1 of September, done just like that. I don't know how to feel about it. By the time you're watching this video, I'm trying to see, oh no, I'll be graduating tomorrow when this video goes up. So yeah, I was trying to sort of like do a simple makeup look to see if this can work for my graduation, and yeah, I think it pretty much works. I just need to adjust a few things, but it's simple, it still looks good, it looks clean and all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. I am giving the graduate speech. I am the valedictorian of this graduation period, so pretty exciting, a bit nervous, a bit anxious, but you know what, I'm just grateful for how far I've come, and I'm grateful to God for literally being with me through it all. Like, he's been within me. And it's funny because in church the sermon was like, the preacher was talking about how he's like the things he has faced, and every time he's like, yeah, I'm God's favorite, and he was like, you are God's favorite, and I believe I'm God's favorite. So yeah, pretty exciting. I don't know what the future holds with my degree, but we'll see. This is, I guess, the first step of completion first. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know, I'm just all over the place. But yeah, today's video is pretty simple. Now that I'm graduating, let's talk about what you actually need to move to Australia specifically as a student, because that is the route I took, and this specifically applies to Australia. A few things may apply to like other places, but again, countries are very different. How you move is also very different, because if you're moving as a spouse, it's gonna be different compared to someone who moved as a student and stuff like that. But I keep getting this question at least once a week. I get someone asking, how did you do it? What is required and all that stuff. And I thought, let me update you guys, because I did a video of my journey, but this is gonna be literally what you need, like straight into it. There's no need of me giving you history of stuff and stuff. It doesn't, no, there's no need. So let's get straight into it. The first thing you will need is money. And when I say money, I mean lots and lots of money. Now, the thing about moving abroad anywhere is that from a third world country, the currency of where you're moving is always gonna be higher. And this means you just have to have so much money that sometimes you have never seen in your life, to be honest. But many places, especially Australia, usually require you as a student to at least show that you can pay school fees for the duration of your degree. So if your degree is 4 years, school fees for 4 years, and then still sort of like have some money for living or accommodation, because they assume you're not, like, even if you work, it's not gonna cover your school fees. So they need to see that you can actually afford to do that. Like, you're not paying them, but they just need to see that. So you need to have a bank statement that has, at the moment I'm not so sure, but I think it's 6 million Kenya shillings. I could be wrong, it could be higher, it could be slightly lower depending again on what you're studying, but 6 million is sort of like the in between. So that ensures you have school fees for the whole duration of your studies. You have money in case you don't get a job. They know you're not gonna start disturbing the government, trying to ask them to help you, because, well, you're not a citizen of that country, so technically they can't really help you. You know what I mean? So yeah, that means before you even, like, while you're thinking of studying, you need to start thinking, where am I gonna get this money? Is it gonna come from my savings? For me, I talked about how my parents played a crucial role in this. So I had a bit of my savings, and then they actually provided majority of what was needed. So in that sense, you need to try and think, where can I get this money? Do I need a loan? Do I have a relative who can help? Does my job actually sort of even give maybe half or something that can sort of like help you? Your parents could also chip in and stuff like that. So yeah, that's number one, and the most important, because without money, who are you without money? Because even generally, you need money for survival, you need money for basic needs, food, shelter, clothing. So it is literally still the same. Number two thing that you will need to do, and this is after you've lodged your sort of like visa application, is that you will need to do a health test. So health test means you'll need to do a few things. Sometimes, depending on your course, sometimes you'll need to do an HIV test, you'll need to do a blood test, a urine test, chest x-ray, yeah, and a few other tests depending on, again, what you're studying. So I think if you're doing a medical course, there's more tests that you'll need to do. But if you're just doing like a normal course, accounting, whatever, then you just need to do a few tests. But what I've seen common is, even for tourists, is chest x-ray and a blood test, which tests for, I think, kidney and something else, I forget. But yes, you will need a health test, which again costs money. This one I think is less than 30,000 Kenya shillings, so that you will need. It needs to be paid, so yes, you need to pay that. And then number three, before you even apply for your visa, I know this is all over the place, but trust me, when you take the notes, you will know where to do what. Before you even apply for your visa, is you will need to do an English test. So there's two types. There's IELTS, that's IELTS, and then there's PTE, which is just PTE, Pearson test, something. And then IELTS is International English Testing System or something. I could be wrong. But yeah, you could choose between the two tests. I'm not so sure. I think there's another one you could do. For me, I did IELTS just because my friend sent me resources for IELTS. So no other reason. Yeah, so IELTS has like, and I think PTE also has the same. So speaking, writing, listening and reading, and you're tested on all these. And that score, the minimum score I think you need to get in all of these categories is, I think, a 6 and an average score of 6.5. So I mean, in Kenya we speak English, so this is not hard, this is not so hard to not get. You just need to sort of like practice so that you know or have an idea of how to answer the questions, and yeah, you should be good to go. I talked about having done another IELTS test recently because I changed visas, and I actually, like, I was a bit nervous because obviously now you're speaking to native English speakers, and I was like, I'm not so sure how I'm gonna do like in my speaking test and all that. But it's interesting because I got a 9. And it's funny because sometimes we're like, oh, we have an accent. I'm not so sure how the examiner is gonna think, but the examiner is not there to judge you or mark you with your accent. They're there to mark what you're saying, how you're pronouncing words, and all of that. So Kenyans, we have an accent. I have an accent that I didn't even know I had, because well, in Kenya I always thought it's just mother tongue accent, but I've come to realize people have accents. But that should not deter you from getting a good score to then apply for your visa and all of that. The fourth thing you will need is obviously a a letter from your uni just showing, from the uni you've chosen, not your uni, from the uni you've chosen, just showing yes, you've applied, this is what is required of you, because that is what you'll submit with your visa application. So just showing that that's the reason why you want to move. And then another thing you will need is a statement of purpose, basically stating why you want to study in that uni, why Australia, why not take the same course in your country. For me it was Kenya. What would be the advantages of you, of sort of like growing your career after you've taken that course from Australia, all of that stuff. That's like a page or a page and a half, the A4 page. So yeah, that you're usually guided on that as well, but there's so many like samples online you can use. AI, you can try use AI to help give you ideas of what to come up with. When I wrote, AI was not there. ChatGPT wasn't in existence, so I literally had to just research on the internet and all that. But yeah, you can use AI, you can research, and if you have any questions you can jot them down. A few people have also asked like me to just read through their statement of purpose, and I've actually done that and given my feedback, so it's not like so hard. Like, you write it, if you need feedback, let me know. I can always provide my feedback on that. I believe the last thing you will need is to do biometrics. So biometrics basically is just your fingerprints, and then they take a photo of you. Again, for this you will need to pay. This one is less than 10,000 shillings. Whenever you watch this video, remember, prices change, inflation is everywhere, so what I'm quoting today might not be the same 5-10 years from now, especially price wise. So yeah, biometrics is another one. Many times, depending on where you are, if you're not like in the capital city, you may need to travel to the capital city to take your health test and biometrics, but it's not too difficult to do that, and it's a very sort of like quick process. And yeah, you should be out after that. So yeah, biometrics, health test, money, and lots of money, English test, and then obviously making sure you have your statement of purpose written in a very good way, that when someone reads it, it's like, yes, let them come. So yeah, that's basically, those are the 5 main things you will need. I think the hardest is usually the money, and like I said, you can always sort of like try and figure out, is it work, is it taking a loan, is it, yeah, there's various ways of going about it. So it's not impossible. It is hard, yes, but it's not impossible. And if you're planning to move, if you're hoping to move, I wish you the very, very, very best. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and as usual, I will see you in my next one as a whole graduate. Bye.